students. Today we will learn the descriptive research method. Today we will try to understand the basic concept of descriptive studies along with its characteristics, advantages and disadvantages as well. Descriptive research presents a picture of the specific details of a situation, social setting or relationship. Here, researcher will describe a phenomenon have been investigated during the study in detail and shed the lights on each aspect of that situation, thing, or an event. Researcher can also describe the situation, any setting or relationship exists between two variables. Our descriptive research study starts with a well-defined issue or question and tries to describe it accurately. So, researcher will start his work having a refined question in his or her mind, and he will try to find the answer of that question in the systematic way so that he can find the accurate and appropriate answer of the question he framed at the time of designing the study. A great deal of social research is descriptive, so here the descriptive nature of work will be the focus of the researcher, or will be the prime goal of the researcher. The study's outcome is a detailed picture of the issue of an answer to the research question. So, outcome will be described in a way that it not only will provide the answer of the research questions, but the reader will find the details related to a phenomenon have been investigated during the study. A descriptive study presents a picture of types of people or of how social activities and focuses on how and who questions. So here a researcher will try to describe the detailed group of people and their social activities, and he will focus on two main questions, how and who. How often does it happen? Who is involved? So researcher will tell how this thing has been done and how that specific person is behaving in a certain way and who is involved in that activity, and such type of question will be answered in descriptive study. The descriptive researchers use most data gathering techniques, survey, field research, content analysis and historical comparative research. A descriptive researcher use variety of techniques to obtain the data and gather the information from the participants. For example, he can do field research, he can do content analysis of the obtained raw data and to make historical comparison on the basis of the data obtained from descriptive research. Descriptive research can either quantitative or qualitative, so both kind of data can be obtained through descriptive research. It can involve collection of quantitative information that can be tabulated along a continuum in numerical form, such as scores on a test or the number of times a person chooses to use a certain feature of a multimedia प्रोग्राम. सो यहाँ पर रिसर्चर जो है वो क्वांटिटेटिव फॉर्म में भी डाटा उसको मिलेगा, जैसे आपके पास नंबर्स वैल्यूज की फॉर्म में आपके पास डाटा आता है, न्यूमेरिकल फॉर्म में होता है, स्कोर्स आते हैं, किसी एक टेस्ट पर स्कोर्स आते हैं, 2 पर आते हैं. इफ यू हैव administered 2 questionnaire on an individual, then you will be having 2 different kind of scores, और फिर वो उन स्कोर्स को आपने जो है वो इंटरप्रेट भी करना होगा, डिस्क्राइब भी करना होगा. It can also describe categories of information such as gender or patterns of interaction when using technology in a group situation. So, researcher will also describe the categories of the information in form of gender or pattern of interaction. He can also describe these categories in detail. Those की वो categorical जो information होती है, researcher will also elaborate this categorical information. Descriptive research involves gathering data that describe events and then organizes, tabulates, depicts, and describes the data collection. A researcher first gathers the data, compile the data, and then organize it so that he could statistically analyze it and make tabulation and then present the data in the tabulation form and then describe the procedure of data collection. It often uses visual aids such as graphs and charts to aid the readers in understanding the data distribution distribution. So researcher can also make the graph to make it easy for the reader to understand the results researcher has obtained and to get the understanding how researcher had described the results. Because the human mind cannot extract the full import of a large mass of raw data, descriptive statistics are very important in reducing the data to manageable form. So we cannot review the data collected from thousands of people, and we cannot detect or identify what actually researcher wanted to investigate and what researcher wanted to tell the audience. So for that purpose, a researcher usually apply descriptive statistics to analyze the data, and so that the reader could easily understand, and as well as to manage the data in appropriate. So through statistics, basically descriptive statistics is the one way to manage the data. The descriptive function of research is heavily dependent on instrumentation for the measurement and observation. So, the ability to describe the obtained information is largely dependent on the measure and tools a researcher has selected for data collection, and depends on the way researcher has made observation. The intent of some descriptive research is to produce statistical information about a phenomenon. So some descriptive research is basically done to provide the statistical information related to the phenomenon being investigated by the researcher. Descriptive studies can yield rich data that lead to important recommendations. So it provides you a lot of information because a researcher here describe and provide the details of phenomenon investigated during the study, and he also described the details of a situation or group of people. So on the basis of that rich data, some important recommendations can be given. The method of collecting data for descriptive research can be employed singly or in various combinations depending on the research question at hand. So researcher in descriptive research can use a single method, or can done this project in the combination of other methods, but it will depend on the research question researcher has made at the time of designing the study, और वो जो उसके जहन में जो मेथड होगा, जो ऑब्जेक्टिव होंगे रिसर्चर के, या उन्होंने जो क्वेश्चंस बनाए हैं जिनका आंसर फाइंड आउट करने चले हैं, उसकी बेस पर डिसाइड किया जाएगा कि रिसर्चर ने डाटा कलेक्शन के लिए कौन सा मेथड यूज करने हैं, कोई सिंगल मेथड करना है, किसी की कॉम्बिनेशन में करना है. Descriptive research can be explained as a statement of a pair as they are at present, with the researcher having no control over variable. Moreover, descriptive studies may be characterized as simply the attempt to determine, describe or identify what is, while analytical research attempts to establish why it is, that's why, or how it came to be. So, descriptive researcher basically give a statement related to a specific issue, which present जो वो चीजें कर रहा है और जिस पर वेरिएबल के हवाले से उस पर रिसर्चर का कोई सच कंट्रोल नहीं, क्योंकि चीजें जैसी होती हैं रिसर्चर ने उसको वैसे डिस्क्राइब करना होता है. जो चीज रिसर्चर को जिस तरह मिलती है, इन्वेस्टिगेट करता है, जो रिजल्ट उसको मिलता है, उसने उससे रिलेटेड ही स्टेटमेंट देनी होती है. और इसी तरह जो रिसर्चर है, डिस्क्रिप्टिव रिसर्चर है, वो यही कोशिश करता है कि वो जो वेरिएबल, जो चीज ने आइडेंटिफाई किया, उसको किस तरीके से डिस्क्राइब करना है, ये है क्या और ये किस तरीके से हो रही है. कि अगर एक बिहेवियर है, स्टबर्न बिहेवियर है, तो what is stubborn behavior, and now this person is behaving in a stubborn way, कि वो बहुत उसमें एक किसी स्पेसिफिक वे में वो किस तरीके से बिहेव कर रहा है, उस हवाले से वो अपना एनालिटिकल व्यू जो है वो रिसर्चर दे देता है. Descriptive research is aimed at casting light on current issues or problems through a process of data collection that enables them to describe the situation more completely than was possible without employing this method. So, descriptive researcher will focus on the current and present problem, and he will collect data related to that specific issue, and then he will be able to describe the situation and event and the problem in the appropriate way, and he can shed light on all on almost all aspects of a situation and an issue, and that is not possible without using descriptive research method. So a descriptive research method is the way of describing a situation or event or issue in detail. In its essence, descriptive studies are used to describe various aspects of a phenomenon. In its popular format, descriptive research is used to describe characteristics and or behavior of same population. So in short, we can say that the descriptive research are carried out in order to describe the almost all aspects of a phenomenon, a situation or event or a particular issue. और इसकी जो पॉपुलर जो इसके फॉर्मेट है डिस्क्रिप्टिव में, उसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक बिहेवियर से रिलेटेड भी उसको भी डिस्क्राइब कर सकता है कि जैसे अगर पॉपुलेशन से आपने जो सैंपल साइज सेलेक्ट किया है उसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स को भी डिस्क्राइब किया जा सकता है. So with the help of descriptive study, you can describe a behavior in detail, what kind of a behavior this is and how a person behave in the certain way. You can also understand the different aspect of human personality with the help of descriptive studies. Types of descriptive studies include case reports or case series, correlational and ecological studies, cross-sectional studies, prevalence survey. Descriptive studies that examine individual can take the form of case reports, a report of a single case of an unusual disease or association. Case series, a description of several similar cases, and cross-sectional studies. So, descriptive study can be done in different way. A descriptive researcher can consider a single case to be investigated, or he may also include more than one cases in his research projects to address a specific issue. तो ज्यादातर वो जो डिजीज या कोई स्पेसिफिक कोई इशू होता है तो उसमें फिर केसेस को लेकर को डिस्क्राइब किया जाता है. Descriptive studies that examine population or group as a unit of observation are known as ecological studies. So ecological studies में researcher जो है एक बकायदा एक specific population लेगा और group को लेगा और उन पर observation करेगा. उनको observation unit के तौर पर, जैसे उनमें से groups को लेगा एक specific population में as a unit और फिर उन पर study करेगा. Advantages of descriptive study. Descriptive studies irrespective of subtype are often very easy to conduct. So it is not very difficult task to carry out a descriptive study. इसके type जो भी हो लेकिन आप इसे कर सकते हैं किसी भी phenomenon को understand करने के लिए. For case reports, case series, ecological studies, the data are already available. So if you are interested in doing the case reports, case series study or ecological study, so you can get benefit from the already existing literature or the data available related to a particular issue. For cross-section studies, these can be easily collected, usually in one encounter. So we have already learned that in cross-sectional design, researcher collect the data at one point in time. So here if you use the descriptive research method with the cross-sectional design, then you can collect the data at one point in time. Thus, these study designs are often inexpensive, quick and do not need too much effort. So, ये जो चूंकि इतनी expensive भी नहीं है, quickly भी आप इसको कर सकते हैं, इसलिए ये आपके लिए suitable research method होगा if you want to describe a specific phenomenon or an issue. Furthermore, these studies often do not face serious ethics scrutiny except if the information sought to be collected is of confidential nature, for example sexual practices, substance use, etc. So descriptive studies में आपको इतना कोई इशू नहीं होता करते हुए कि जी एथिक्स स्क्रूटनी जो है वो होगी और उसको बहुत एक रिव्यू किया जाएगा, देखा जाएगा कि किस किस्म के एथिक्स इन्वॉल्व है नहीं है, except if you have decided to work with the participants with special kind of issues such as sexual problems and substance addiction. तो इस तरह के जो होते हैं जहाँ पे confidentiality is essential to be maintained. Confidentiality तो आपको हर जगह उसमें रखनी होती है, लेकिन कुछ ऐसे केसेस होते हैं कि जहाँ पर आपको इस एथिक को बहुत स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करना होता है. तो इसके अलावा ऐसा कोई डिस्क्रिप्टिव स्टडी में प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता. Descriptive studies are useful for estimating the burden of disease, for example, prevalence or incidence in a population. So, descriptive studies also help you in estimating and determining the prevalence of a disease and frequency of a disease. And on the basis of these findings, policy may plan how to allocate the resources among people of a target population या उधर जहाँ पर ये prevalence जो है वो बहुत का है मौजूद है. This information useful for resource planning और ये इस तरह की information की basis पर resources की allocation को plan किया जाता है. Data from descriptive studies done in different population or done at different times in the same population may help identify geographic variation and temporal change in the frequency of disease. So you can obtain the data from different population and you can carry out this work in different setting in the same population, and it will help you in discovering the geographic variation and the sequential changes occur in the frequency of in relation to the frequency of disease की जो रेशियो होता है ना डिजीज का के जो आपने जो चेंजेस आ रही होती हैं सीक्वेंस में आ रही होती हैं किस तरह उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी इंक्रीज हो रही है डिक्रीज हो रही है किस तरह के ज्योग्राफिकल वेरिएशंस हैं उनको आप डिस्कवर करके आइडेंटिफाई करके उनका इम्पैक्ट भी देख सकते हैं. दिस में हेल्प जनरेट हाइपोथेसिस रिगार्डिंग द कॉज ऑफ अ डिजीज व्हिच कैन देन बी वेरीफाइड यूजिंग another more complex design. So with the help of descriptive study you can generate more hypotheses, you can frame more research questions in order to address a specific issue, and you can test it further with the use of another research method and another complex design. There are some disadvantages with descriptive studies. As with other study design, descriptive studies have their own pitfalls. So like other research method, descriptive research also have some flaws and drawbacks. Case reports and case series refer to a solitary patient or to only a few cases who may represent a chance. So, especially when you consider few cases to investigate a specific phenomenon, disease or an issue, then on the basis of the few cases, you cannot generalize your findings on the population from you have selected these few cases. क्योंकि few cases हैं तो there could be a chance factor. कि एक chance factor की वजह से ये रिजल्ट आपके पास आ रहा है. Hence, conclusion based on these one that risk of being non-representative and hence unreliable. तो फिर ये जो conclusion है that is made on the basis of the obtained finding, descriptive findings, then it will not be representative और जो data होगा that will be unreliable and not representative. तो जो आपका data जो आपका sample है या ये representative ही नहीं है तो how could you make ultimate conclusion on that? The majority of descriptive studies are not repeatable due to their observational nature. So it is difficult for a researcher to replicate his work क्योंकि इसकी जो observational nature observation की हुई है उसको specific चीज को लेकर गए तो उसको repeat करना मुश्किल होता है. जैसे आप उसको लेकर further extend करना है ये थोड़ा difficult हो जाता है. Descriptive studies are not helpful in identifying cause behind described phenomena, so it is a major limitation of this study that descriptive research only provides the answer of how and who, and it will only describe the detail or related to a phenomenon or an event investigated during the study, but it will not discover the reasons behind that particular phenomenon. ये नहीं पता कि reasons क्या हैं, causes क्या हैं, वो नहीं पता चलेंगे क्यों हो रहा है why it is being happen तो नहीं वो पता चलेगा. ये पता चलेगा कि कैसे हो रहा है लेकिन ये नहीं पता चलेगा क्यों हो रहा है. Now students, you have to frame the title and research question for descriptive study. If you want to investigate a specific phenomenon or an issue or a disease, so you are required to propose the title and frame the research questions related to that issue. So you are being given 15 minutes to complete that task.